Greetings, Travis Gafford's channel. I'm the brand new co-host of Hotline League, Matt Cubby Samuelson, and I was asked by Travis to help make a video featuring the new rookies on the LCS stage for 2024. As a cover caster for the LCS Challengers League now for 5 splits, well, NA talent's still my bread and butter. So I got an editor, and here goes.
Blue with the heal, up we go, there's the SDM, but Fake God goes through revenge, looking low, Fake God low, he does die in the trade, but Xerxes is going to get one back there, but now going to go to sleep. Blue's going to try and finish it off alongside the Lee Sin, and that is just barely enough as Power of Evil can't finish off the final kill. XU
may not be the X you remember, but he was on the LCS stage for Dignitas in the 2022 lock-in tournament, as well as later in the 2022 summer, after River was acquired by Golden Guardians. This past year, XU spent the spring split competing for Dignitas Challengers and the summer as a sub for Dignitas and will be their starter in 2024. XU dropped everything to pursue being a professional League of Legends player, and he finally made it. And for more on that story, here's XU himself.
I remember thinking like, whoa, it'd be really cool to be a pro player. Like, I was definitely very much on the edge. I think being on online school was really hard for me because like, I really enjoyed like the study sessions and like working together. But being remote, I didn't feel like there's any push to actually do my work, so I just didn't. So if I had a bad day of League and then I had to do school, I was just really upset and like flustered, so I asked my brother for help. He kind of came in and started helping me a little bit, but then we started talking about like more serious conversation about like what it is that I wanted in my life. And he was basically saying that like, if I juggle these two things, like if I try to juggle school and League, I'm gonna fail at both. And that like, he doesn't want that to happen to me, so I had to choose one. I wasn't really having that much fun, so I was like, yeah, I want to do League. And then he just told me like, if you really want to do League, just drop out in the morning and then we'll get everything figured out. We'll like remodel your room. We'll get everything ready. I'll get you a new computer. All of it felt like it was worth it because we learned from those experiences.
In spring of 2023, XU and Dignitas Challengers took second in the league and were a dominant team in early game. They had strong laners and oftentimes picked early game champions, and XU showed off his style with a lot of early invades and lane-centric play where he would drop camps to make the first move for his team on the map. I think XU is at his best when he is able to execute early game plans and be aggressive. Oftentimes, he's able to work with his laners to find leads on the map, and his map play is good enough to snowball leads from there. For me, XU wasn't the strongest jungler that we had in Challengers League and needs to make strides on his supportive junglers where he isn't able to make the first move. This is something that I expect for him to be pressed on in LCS and an area I'm looking for him to improve on. Behind the scenes, Dignitas has been very vocal about how much they enjoy working with XU, and I hope we get to see some of that and his sound early game plans in LCS this upcoming split.
Jenkins can't join.
No,
he's going to be late.
They have to fight this. That's a lot of damage on Yukino. It's going to be secured, but they got the flash in. Kevy, the one looking for the damage, looking for the read. And look at the equalizer. It's huge, but so is Pretty cutting it back. They've got to make sure they can get the kill on Sniper. Still in the pit. Look, Sniper with them. You can't kill the man. He's 16 years old, and he's crushing CLG Challengers.
Next up on the list might be the most hyped promotion since Jojo Pyun himself, and that is Sniper with 100 Thieves. Sniper has been in the 100 Thieves system starting at the minimum age in amateur, challengers, and now LCS for the past 3 years. And Sniper, to me, is cool because he's almost like a generational prospect. His older brother was Viper, who was a pro that competed at Worlds. His twin brother, Crimson, is also Challenger right now. And Sniper hit Challenger himself at 12, maining Riven, who of course his brother famously was so good on. Sniper, to have him hit the LCS stage, very exciting for 100 Thieves and 100 Thieves fans. If I had to describe Sniper as a player, if this was the NBA draft, he'd be the player that is a freak athlete with a very high ceiling but still needs polishing. Sniper plays team fights really well, and as such a young player, seeing some of that instinct and pop-off moments happen in Challengers was really a pleasure. With that said, in the lane phase, I think Sniper is going to struggle in LCS, and outside of his champs that he utilized in solo queue to hit a very high rank, needs to make improvements in lane if he wants to be considered a good LCS top laner. What I like about Sniper, and I think a lot of fans will too, is that he might be a kid, but he has an abundance of confidence for his age. Now, this is bound to be tested in his first split and year of LCS, but Sniper has shown that he can hit very high highs at a young age, and he has the chance to get the best practice he's ever had competing in LCS. I hope we see Sniper rise the occasion and improve drastically throughout spring, as he is someone that I'm very excited to see on the LCS stage as well. We've got 2 rookies left. They're each marksmen, and these are the 2 players that I believe will have the highest individual impact on their teams in spring. It would be Meech and Masu, who had a little bit of a rivalry emerge this past split. Now, when Masu started competing, he was actually playing on Wi-Fi on over 100 ping. So Meech and his teammates started hyping up how good his gameplay was by exaggerating some of the ping he had himself.
Meech is yeah, his ping is it's 130 ping. Okay, it's actually a joke that Zazel wanted to say, like make, where we keep incrementing the ping by like 10 or 20 each time, just to see when people would notice.
He's playing on 110 ping, really 1v9ing.
He's on high ping, really high ping.
I think Meech is good too, with his playing with from 140 ping,
170 ping, 300 ping,
350 ping. He got a pentakill with 350 ping.
410 ping.
I think it's 420, which is, I don't know how he reaches that point, because I'm in Taiwan right now and I've been playing League, and my ping's like 160. So he's somewhere even further.
Now, when it comes to Meech, there are 2 qualities that really stand out to me about his gameplay. The first would be spacing, the second, his reaction speed. Meech as a marksman is really good at spacing in fights, and his best champs ended up being the Aphelios, the Xayah, and also his Ezreal, which wasn't played as much, but I thought was very strong. Meech also has fantastic reaction speed. I saw him win a lot of 50-50s last split, and just to talk about how good his mechanics were as well, this is from his landing partner Zazel in summer.
How Meech plays into that is, he is a bit of a maniac, you know. He's kind of, I would say he's probably the best mechanical player in NACL right now from bot lane. Yeah, I mean, Masu wishes he was this guy, but moving on.
Now, I think marksman is a very hard role to stand out on, especially when you are on lower ranked teams. 100 Thieves will have to work on Sniper and Meech and who gets resources, as each have gotten the resources in their teams in the past. But Meech, to me, I look at his gameplay and I think that this guy can be a solid marksman in LCS. He team fights very well. He'll have to learn a little bit when it comes to laning, but for me, that's more easily coachable. And Meech is someone that will be a silent killer in comms and on the Rift. Last but not least, it's going to be the rookie marksman for FlyQuest, the most valuable prospect we had from Challengers League this past summer, Masu.
See the Arctic Assault there, though, and XI going forward and just gets choked by Masu. He's untouched this entire time. Could this be a penta setup for him? He's looking for the killer instinct. He's going in. He finds 2, he finds 3, but it won't be so. He tries to get the snipe. It's not enough for the penta, but the wizard for FlyQuest shows up anyways.
Masu was the first unanimous most valuable prospect we've had as a broadcast in Challengers League, and a lot of it was based on the fact it's only his 3rd split competing. LCS Spring will be his 4th split playing competitive League of Legends at any level, as well as just the high highs that he hit throughout the season. Even some of his peers like Unforgiven had high words to say about Masu.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think if this guy doesn't make it, I'm honestly like confused.
Now, Masu floored us with his play. This guy passes the eye test with flying colors. He's able to play a wide variety of champions very well and make highlight plays in different scenarios. Whether it was spacing and playing defense on Xayah, or the Ashe, which he even made look OP in Challengers League. He even picked up mages. He played AP Kog'Maw with Rylai's in the Xayah and the Kai'Sa, where he even left me screaming to get him out of my league next year.
Killer Instinct is available, not gonna go for it just yet. Spawn and Masu are in a 1v5 or at least 1v3. Killer Instinct, look at Masu with the plays, he cleanses, one more auto, he flashes, he gets the kill, he's turning on an XI, and my goodness, the wizard does some magic!
Masu, you are ridiculous. Get this man out of my league next year, man. He needs to be playing elsewhere. Masu by summer was the carry of FlyQuest Challengers and was asked to carry many games, especially later in the season. It's what made this the first unanimous most valuable prospect for us as a broadcast in Masu. And guess what? He's being paired up with the one from last summer in Boostio, who also showed great growth in transitioning from mid to support. This is a bot lane that has hands. They have mechanics and they have a ceiling. And frankly, what's exciting to me about this roster is that when I've seen Bwipo and Jensen be successful, they've played around and through their bot lane. And they're going to need to step up and make sure this bot lane can improve, because it's not like Masu and Boostio are walking in as the best bot lane in North America tomorrow. They aren't. They have work to do. But these guys have potential, especially Masu, and I'm really excited to see him hit the LCS stage. I think fans are going to be floored by his performances early on. as this is a team that I feel like is built to make sure that Masu is able to succeed. He did so in Challengers, and I'm excited to see if he can transition that success to LCS. And those are your starting LCS rookies in the spring split of 2024. I've been Cubby. If you want to follow me, you can do so on X, Twitch, and YouTube right over here. I do a lot of VOD reviews, and I've been watching Champs Q on Twitch as well, so that's been awesome. Shout out to my editor, Manny, for helping make this possible, as well as Travis for having me. Now, I might be the new co-host of Hotline League, but I can't give away sponsors quite yet. So here's Travis with some sponsors.